Hello dearies, welcome to Each Page Flow. This is Stella and today's episode number 15 or number 5 in season 2 will be dedicated to Namai Kisakari or Cheeky Bread. Manga that I really love, is my favorite. You can see in all of my blogs, pins and everything that I post on social media just how much I love this one. It's a romance sports manga and it became a favorite without me noticing it. I started reading this one maybe 3-4 years ago or more, and only recently finished the last chapters because they were not translated. And I mean, for me, it was a whirlwind of emotions, and it was really like, I don't know, saying goodbye to an old friend, but knowing that you can always come back and see them again. This is just how much I appreciate Namai Kisakari. This is a series by Mitsubashi Miyuki Sensei. And it's not just sports or romance. It's also about growth and perseverance, finding yourself. And if you haven't read it yet, there might be some spoilers coming here. And if you want to know more about it, stay by all means and enjoy this journey that I'm about to take you into. Now, Namai Kisakari, also known as Cheeky Bread in English, it ran from November 2013 to December 2021 with a total of 23 volumes. It's got romance, good life, college life, and sports, and it's all wrapped up nicely in a shoujo genre. And every single volume of this manga is worth it. I mean, from the start, I could read it all and not get tired of it. Yuki and Naruse, the two main characters, are everything that you want to see in one of these manga. And even when Yuki starts off reserved, so to speak, with Naruse's charm and persistence, you just want them to keep going and you root for them. Their dynamic is, let's say, electrifying. And as I've been with this manga for so long, watching them grow and witnessing everything that happened between them, it was quite a magical experience. I can't remember why I picked up this one in the first place. It was years ago, but once I started reading, I couldn't stop. And I paused for like a year because not all the volumes were translated. And that's when I started to collect the paperbacks. I have up to volume 5, I think, and I haven't gotten the other ones. It's gonna be quite the collection for me, and the first one that I'm gonna have complete. And this year I picked it up again and finished it all. And those last few chapters, I was on a ride of nostalgia, sadness, happiness, all at once. I mean, the author really knew how to wrap up all of it. And me and Yuki graduated in accepting her feelings once more, although she had already. But the way she, like, oh, I really want to be with this person, it felt like a complete circle, like completing the whole thing. and seeing Naruse mature and still keeping that cheeky brat vibe while becoming a pro basketball player. I mean, it all me in how well executed it was. I know that's a bit analytical, clinical for a review, but that's how I felt. And I felt fulfilled as a reader. It's rare to see a romance manga conclude so nicely, so beautifully. As for favorite moments and characters, there are quite a lot. And I have to mention some of the most standout moments. One of them is Fuka and Susan. And they came in later into the manga because Yuki met them when she entered college. But I love Fuka and how she stood by Suwa despite his past, despite how he was. And he didn't want to date her at first, but he realized just how well she complimented him. And there was also a few moments with Usumiko. And I mean, he's Fuka's family, but she never really said that he was. And he was like at the end introduced quite well. And even she didn't want anyone to know that the young basketball player was connected to her, it's been obvious for chapters and chapters to know him. And in the end, it was fine. And I like that part of the manga. But on the side of things, Chizuka, I mean, he was really in love with Yuki, and he couldn't, I don't know, let go of that sector, even if he was in love with Naruse Joe. And it wasn't until she cried and rejected him after that date that he finally accepted his feelings and moved on. And most of the time he wasn't my favorite character, but I still, I don't know, liked him there in the scene. And his nature of being like Naruse's childhood friend and rival. But you knew that, I mean, that's just who he was, like his teammate as a basketball equal. And that was great. Right there, it was so nice to see the ending of these two being pro. But Naruse, it was iconic to see him evolve. Being carefree at first, stubborn brat, and then like a bit more mature in some aspects than Yuki, while keeping that vibe of youngster and a playful charm that I really like. It was awesome to see how their life puzzled piece by piece, and I loved how they ended up together. That's all from some of the moments and characters. I think I'm dragging this along a bit, but I don't care because I love this one and I love talking about it. The sports element in this manga is never quite big, and it doesn't take away from the romance. It's like part of the journey, and shows the dream of becoming a basketball player and how they grow as a couple is all there nicely. I mean, one thing doesn't take from the other one. And the manga ran for 8 years, and it never felt like it dragged. every chapter and moment, it was satisfying in the end, to be honest. I didn't feel like an open ending or anything. I mean, it was like, this is how it's gonna end, and it's okay how they work together in the end. I don't want to say the final chapter in case you want to read it, and I'll leave that for you to discover. Obviously, I gave 5 stars, and I recommend it all the time. If you love good romance with humor and a touch of sports, and you haven't read this one yet, then I'll say you should add it to your list for sure. Like I said, I don't have all of them, all the volumes, but once I have it, I'll for sure show you my collection, my 23 volumes. And I will probably display it on my shelf. I don't care how long it takes, but I will have it. And that's all for this one. I hope you enjoyed this episode and my review of My Mighty Sakari. Thanks for sticking to the end of my rambling. And if you have read Chicken Brat, let me know what your thoughts were and who's your favorite character. And if you read it to the end, let me know as well. You can read the written version of this on eachpage.org. It's always there, and the original, which I have written a review for the first few volumes of the manga years ago, but the newest one is available to read now on the blog. And thank you really for sticking to the end, and don't forget to like, share, comment if you have read this one or if you haven't, and also subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel already. Thank you, dearies. See you on the next one.